The Slenderman is a fictional supernatural character that originated as a creepypasta internet meme created by Something Awful forum user Eric Knudsen, also known as Victor Surge. This was back in 2009. He is depicted as a thin, unnaturally tall humanoid with featureless head and face, wearing a black suit. Stories of the Slenderman commonly feature him stalking, abducting, or traumatizing people, in particular children. The Slenderman is not confined to a single narrative, but appears in many, despite works of fiction typically composed online. The Slenderman's original abilities included selective invisibility, say to like adults or anyone without a camera, the ability to change his height and body shape, the ability to shape his arms into tentacles, and or the ability to sprout tentacle-like appendages from his back. Many stories seem to indicate that the Slenderman can control a person's mind, which became the basis for the proxies in the video ARG, a trend that later spread to Slender blogs. The Slenderman also had a strong connection to children, and many of the original stories revolved around disappearing children or featured Slenderman sightings in photos with children. This was often attributed to the innocence and the morbid curiosity of children, which could lead them down the path of discovering the creature. On May 31st, 2014, in Wisconsin, two 12-year-old girls, Anissa and Morgan, lured their best friend Peyton into the woods and stabbed her 19 times in an attempt to become proxies for the fictional character Slenderman. The victim crawled to the road where she was found and recovered after 6 days in hospital. The perpetrators were found not guilty by mental disease or defect and committed to mental health institutions for sentences for 25 and 65 years. The actual attack took place in a nearby forest at Davids Park during a game of hide and seek on May 31st. The victim was pinned down and stabbed 19 times in the arms, legs and torso with a kitchen knife. 2 wounds were to major organs, one missed a major artery of her heart by less than a millimetre, and another went through her diaphragm, cutting into her liver and stomach. The 2 girls told the victim that they would find help, but they didn't and just left her. The 2 girls were apprehended near the Interstate 94, near a furniture store after walking 4.9 miles. The knife used in the stabbing was in a bag they carried. While one of the girls felt no empathy, the other one described a feeling of guilt for stabbing the victim, but felt like the attack was needed to appease Slenderman. In the aftermath of the stabbing, the Creepypasta wiki was blocked throughout the school district, and on the Tuesday following the stabbing, Slenderman creator Eric Knudsen said, "I am deeply saddened by the tragedy in Wisconsin, and my heart goes out to the families of those affected by this terrible act." The administrator for Creepypasta wiki said the stabbing was an isolated incident that did not accurately represent the Creepypasta community. He also stated that the Creepypasta wiki was literally a website and they did not condone murder or satanic rituals. Members of the Creepypasta community held a 24-hour live stream on YouTube on between June the 13th and June 14th, 2014 to raise money for the stabbing victim. All this to appease something that doesn't exist. All this because 2 girls took it too far to try and appease Slenderman. Something that's fiction. Something that's not real. If you've got kids and they read creepypastas, please be careful.